Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. Daddy Chris from Srtv desk in London. This is Wake Up Nigeria. This is the show where we take a look at the Nigerian newspapers, we review them, and we actually talk about issues affecting the nation. Today, we're going to rate in our own capacity, to the best of our knowledge, the administration of President Ahmed Tinubu. What has been, in fact, to some extent, I just said, I think we don't give ourselves credit enough, and we're not giving Tinubu credit enough. But the big question is still there. So today we'll be rating Tinubu. How far? What do you know about this government? We do know that the president has spent a lot of money buying new aircraft in this difficult time. I know that one will be something that comes to mind. He bought Yash. I don't know how true that is. If president bought Yash, it's a shame. His wife spent 1.5 billion in the time when there's no money to. In fact, so many lives is spending. And we heard, that's the one that concerned me most, that the senators go home with 2 billion naira a month, which is an equivalent of 1 million pounds a month. And the crisis so far, which is still on, is the fact that an average Nigerian minimum wage is still 70,000 naira, which the state are having difficulties in paying. Today, like I said, we'll be rating the government of President Ahmed Tinubu. It might have meant well, like I said. I don't like a good man to be my president. I need somebody who, if you might not even be good, but as long as you know what you're doing, you'll be taking us in the right direction. That means that I'm not even against stealing. If you know what you're doing and you're stealing right, that's fine. But that's some of the things we'll be looking at this morning on this show. I'm going to look at whether Tinubu has done well in his time in office. Of course, as usual, I have my girl, Mary, is right here with me. Mary, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine.
So, yeah, London is cold, Mary. It's cold. Anybody coming to London should be ready. It's cold. It's not the London I know yesterday. Today is a different
time ever that the Chris is complaining about cold in London. I thought you're already used to it.
Nobody gets used to cold, Mary. You get used to cold, you dead. No, even if you're born here during the cold, we cover our head, our legs, our nose. In fact, London is good. You go to the other part of Europe, you will know. You understand? We hardly had even the snow during the Christmas. I have to tell you, we are not really in that hard Europe. When you go to Austria, you see snow. In fact, in months, you begin to take them out when you want to drive. And they still manage to go on with their facilities. They're used to it. London is not used to it. If there's snow in London, underground does not move well. They're not prepared.
Nigeria, like such a situation can actually make people go sick. Because everybody
people during the winter is when COVID is going to rain again. People are going to die. Yeah, you know, COVID succeeded during the winter because in the winter we're naturally cold. We are not as strong as it should be. And all of a sudden you bring in this massive illness called COVID. People were, in fact, they were packing us into the bag like as if we're nothing. Anyway, that's one of the things. If you're coming to London right now, please be prepared. Anywhere you go, always take the weather with you. So please look at the weather before you leave the house, even if you're in London. It's really cold today. And I'm not very excited in the studio. That's one of those reasons. So I'll be calm. You know, cold can have a way of putting you where you belong. That's where I am. I'm calm. You see, I'm sitting down. That's to tell you how far I'm trying to sit up. I'm trying to put up a strong image. So, Mary, what's going on? We learned that the EFCC in Nigeria, they are doing their job. They managed to put a young man there who's accused of internet fraud. What's happening to Yaya Bello? Is Yaya Bello not one of the people EFCC should be looking for?
This is the question they're asking the EFCC. They arrested the man, put his picture on their page. Now they are praising themselves. Up EFCC. You get it's funny. The people are like, up EFCC, shame to EFCC that where is Yaya Bello? So
it's a simple question. Yeah. Actually, shame to, in fact, today we are rating Tinubu. That's one of the biggest shame of this administration. Tinubu,
Somebody said, wow, EFCC, you are really doing your job. You leave
yes,
the people are supposed to arrest somebody that is not even known. You understand? What about
yes.
people that stole billions, of
It's
naira?
a good question. It's a good question. Like it's quite funny that we like fella said it. He said, "Who be thief? I not be thief. Who be rogue? I not be rogue." He said, "When we hear say somebody steal, we go push one, stone am, shoot am for armed robbery. The man that steals with a pen, and how much did the man steal? Maybe it's yam. People go to the market. I saw the drama of one guy beating two guys who said they stole something, you know. And one day, they strip a young woman naked for stealing a phone in Alaba International Market. You understand? And I said, come on, man. This is not what you do. These are not, these are not, in fact, the last time they told us that some hoodlums or some criminals or some thieves went into the warehouse to loot food. They went away with Indomie and stuff like that from a place where the government store our own food and you call them thieves. That's the kind of thieves we have. But people like Yahya Bello, they are no thieves. Maybe what is going on? Maybe we should give you to Yahya Bello because Yahya Bello seems to be a stronger man than.
It's no longer Joe. Ajero. Wow.
No, Ajero is not strong now. Ajero is not doing the job. Yahya Bello has a lot of money. Has spent a lot of money. Now we need money. Why would I give you to somebody who has money?
Why are we not hearing about him? If he's strong as Ajero, right? If he's a strong person, why is he silent? How has he been silent? Why have you
want to defend your boyfriend now? Okay.
Let him be the strong man. No, since you are giving it to him, and let me just stand for him. He's as strong as Ajero, right? Why is he not coming out to defend himself? But you can see Ajero tackling them, telling them to their face. You understand?
I know. I know. Other than the truth is, Ajero stick to the gun, did well. Because for the federal government to be able to try and silence Ajero must have compromised. But in any case, whatever the case, Ajero is still doing the job better than. Don't compare Ajero to Yahya Bello. Yahya Bello is a thief. You see, that's the right word to call Yahya Bello. It's not just, it's a thief. That's the right word. You're a thief. And that's why we're going to call some people by their names today. So why are we waiting to
the the police already said Ajero is also a thief, right?
Is that what the police said?
The things that they levied against him, can't you see that financing is among, right?
They said he's financing terrorism. I don't think he's financing that they stole any money. That's a different thing. When you have money and you use it to finance terrorist act, maybe he's trying to put some of the labor money to support protests.
I don't know, they feel like he was the one, right, that initiated the whole end bad governance protest. That is what I'm thinking, though. Maybe they think he's the one that initiated that movement of people protesting.
But Ajero could not have initiated that because the people that initiated it were angry because Ajero did not come with a result.
But that's how they see it now. Because you can remember when he was saying that he cannot stop a protest that he did not start, that he was not.
But he's not the one that started it. Anyway, we don't know whether Ajero was part of it. If Ajero was part of it, it is within his right to do so. But it is within Ajero's right to fight for end of bad governance. What have they done wrong? Is the federal government not sick to be accusing people like that? Anyway, today we are rating you, Tinubu. And I have a very beautiful shot, which I want to share with the Nigerian people. And I kind of like it. It's well made, beautifully done. Let me take this out so that they can read everything in full. You see, this is what he said, trust the progress. Sorry, I can't show you everything. Trust the progress. Then and now. What they're saying is that 34 billion foreign reserve. Now we have 37. 30 before, minimum wage 70. Tinubu. How much was the pounds when you came into power? We're going to analyze all that too, because now you bring them, so we'll talk about. Our budget. Okay, no. What is it? Ways and means debt. 27 trillion, now is 16 trillion. 7 billion in forest backlog. We've cleared it. Oil production. Let's clap for them. Maybe this is the one we want to see. Oil production has gone high.
Why I like this chart is he stated everything clearly that you don't even need to talk much.
No, you don't need to. You need to ask people what he has done. And you guys have done well. We need to really clap for this government. Tinubu, that's a big progress. Tinubu, those people actually trying to sell you, they're not selling you well. When I was thinking about your government and what you've done well, I'm going to share some images before we come back to this, Mary. Maybe we should do this, Mary. Please, Tinubu, you came to the government of Nigeria and immediately you remove oil subsidy. I think that was a good move. I know the people will not like it, but I quite like it. You were determined. You wanted the country not to spend those amount of money, waste those amount of money on fuel subsidy. I thought you want to use the money to do other things else. That is the question I'll be asking. But I think I like this move. Mary, don't you? These people freeze Mary again. They froze this young girl. Let's go, though. What did Mary can't do now? Why they freeze the poor girl like that? Okay, Tinubu, let's talk. Me and you. You did well. You removed the subsidy on your first day in office, which I think is a very good move. And I really want to thank you for that. I know many Nigerians don't like it, but I support you. Question I only ask, which I'm going to ask when I finish thanking you, is what did you do with the money? Okay. Maybe we're going to talk about that another day. The another thing I think you've done well is the student finance. I have never thought that a Nigerian government would think along this line. I support this big time. I want children to have loan. I want them to be able to access this loan. I want them to go to school, and when they start to earn reasonable amount of money, they give back to the state. Somebody give to you, you give back. They're saying to you, student, you only give back to the state when you start working. I think that is fair. I remember having a young girl on this platform. I'm going to have the young girls as we move on, young boys and girls from the universities. Those are the people I'll be having on this show because I'm a little bit too old for them. So sometimes they don't think like me, but I'm going to try and bring them in so that we can debate this proper. But I support this big time with everything I have. I think it's a great move. And another thing I want to say, rating Tinubu government is this. Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. Baba, now they spend money, child. Wait. The money you take from the oil subsidy, is that what you spend here? Because I need to understand. Then my poor guy will say priorities. What's the point? What's the sense in it? And everybody that knows that decrease, Tinubu. Well, I thank you for doing this. But if you know me, I hate construction of roads because it's what all the government of Nigeria have ever done, constructing roads. The time of road construction was when Gowon came to power, when we had a lot of money to waste during the dodgy time, and money were being paid to Nigerians. Then roads were being constructed. Tinubu, what I did not understand, and you have been old enough, you are older than me a little. I'm an old man too, Tinubu. So let's talk as fellow old men. What is the sense in taking money from this subsidy and maybe putting it on this thing, or maybe buying a presidential jet, or getting, because another thing, Tinubu, I'm not going to talk about it all yet, but because I'm going to use what your people say to talk on the show. Otherwise, on my own, I was asking questions in my own, and I'm asking, but is it true that Tinubu, that the first thing we discussed, that Yaya Bello is there, the EFCC is working under you, yeah, but Yaya Bello is somewhere, and you're arresting innocent, I call them innocent, not that they are completely innocent, but this guy is still very small money compared to what Yaya Bello have. Is Yaya Bello not a criminal? Why is he not on the list? Why is EFCC not chasing him? Tinubu will concern. All right, let's assume that is a joke. Let's thank you, Tinubu, we're here to thank you today. And then we heard that senators are going home with 2 billion naira every month. But I doubt that cannot be true. That cannot be true. But, Baba, is it true that the senators in Nigeria goes with maybe up to 1 billion a month? Because if they say 2 billion, maybe they are going with 1 billion. Senators, are you guys part of this. It's not me. Oh. It's Daily Trust that said it. So don't hold that, please. Don't come and cut my throat. If it's not true, then you better ask Daily Trust where they got those figures. And I'm still investigating it, but I'm still gonna put it on the burner. You know what that Chris does? I keep it there. I keep it there until it's gonna wake up, because people have forgotten that they said it, and I took it on. But for the purpose of this discussion, let's take a look at what Tinubu. This is coming from Tinubu's voice. They believe that Tinubu has done very well, and I'm gonna use only two things to rate Tinubu. Minimum wage was 30,000. It's now 70,000. As at the time Tinubu came to power, what was the amount? For me, I know I was sending pounds for 800 naira. We're crying, no, it was not up to 1,000. Today is 2,000 something. And you think you have increased people's salary. But think now. The cost of food today in Nigeria, if you compare, and I always say the cost is not my problem. At the end of the day, I get confused the kind of government we have. But let's go a little bit further. I'm using only two things. You said, in what ways you claim credit for that? This is what Ajero was still fighting you, and you did not agree. Now your people give it to you as credit that we've moved from 30,000 naira minimum wage to 70,000 naira. And for the rest of the world, 70,000 naira is 30 pounds. It's actually 32 pounds today. That is what a worker in Nigeria will start his life with. 32,000 naira minimum wage in 2024. I want it to be written down that the minimum wage in Nigeria is 34 pounds, whereas the minimum wage in the UK today is 1,500 pounds. We will discuss that another day, but let's leave that one first. We are rating Tinubu's government. This is the government of President Ahmed Tinubu. I'm putting this on record so that when children watch this show in years to come, they can have questions and they can ask, Tinubu, you'll be held accountable, or they will glorify you or thank you for what you have done. But let's take a look at the most important thing here. Oil production. Oil production was 900,000. We're going to look at security. Now it's 1.6 million. That's a lot. That is times 2 almost. If you reach 1.8, we foresee we don't double the production this time. And this is the funniest thing. Nigerians, you see, Tinubu, I would have been clapping for you now. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. But we have a problem. Here we go solve first. We need to solve Tinubu's brain before we solve any other thing. This oil, you've increased the quantity. How much is it going to give to you? How much is 1.6 million barrel, I think so, of oil going to give to us? And Tinubu, do you know that only universities in the United Kingdom, higher institutions, they generate 50 billion pounds to the, that's what they make a year. Only universities here, they make 50 billion pounds. That is up to about 100, more than actually 100 trillion naira. Your budget, sir, is 27 trillion for this year. But only university makes 3 times. Higher institutions make 3 times that money in the United Kingdom. Oh, you couldn't increase that. All you could increase is oil. Okay, the production of oil has gone up. So you have money to share. All right, let's put it another way. Football in England, football, the Premiership. Tinubu, we have a lot of young people who are really good. They can play football. Today, I saw the governor of Delta State. He's launching sport. He's just going there to spend money. He doesn't understand the importance of sports. I swear. We're only going to spend money for sport. There's no vision on how to make money from sport. But the Premiership you are watching, I think maybe you support Arsenal self. You look like Arsenal. Okay, you look like Chelsea. Because only Chelsea you feel support. Someone like you can never support Arsenal. Anyway, because I support Arsenal. Now Chelsea you go be. Kai. Baba, Premiership generate 6.1 billion last year. This season, 6.1 billion pounds. How much is your budget? 27 trillion. 6.1 billion pounds is equal to 13 trillion naira. So if England, I'm not talking of the whole of United Kingdom, England, which is about 70 million people, can generate football, that can make that money from football. Imagine what 300 million people could have done with football. But what we're doing, no. That is not somewhere to go to. You are only concentrating on 1.6 million barrel of food. Wait, I'm coming. Yesterday on this show, I had the opportunity to look at the quantity of money. Let me say how much the potential, the agri potential of the Nigerian state. Let me come to Tinubu. Tinubu, and of those of you who are defending him, it was cocoa that Awolowo used to build everything he did. All the things, all Awolowo achievement, the money came from cocoa. It didn't come from oil, sir. If like say your ear deaf. Now, agric alone, as at that time, we had the granite pyramid in the north, we had the cocoa in the west. The east, they had their own asset where they had money to make the tremendous progress of the time. Oil was discovered just in 1956. So with all this money, does it occur to you that you can make money from agriculture, sir? Again, all you care about is 1.6 million barrels. I can promise you that this is a problem, and it's something I will continue to ring like Liberty Bell until this philosophy, which hold us glued to oil, which is Tinubu rating now. See, the only thing Tinubu can talk about really that makes sense is he has doubled production of fuel, of crude oil. Of course, that's what we sell. And I ask a question: have we added any value to this crude oil? The answer is no. When the crude oil was first discovered, we had refineries refining it for us for use, and we're making money, and we could even be selling petrol to the rest of the. Listen, Cotonou need fuel. The rest of the African nation, they need fuel. They buy from us. We don't even need to sell it outside. You see, the food we're going to produce, Africa alone is 2 billion. 2 billion people. You don't even need a market. What's wrong with us? Tinubu is sitting on a keg, on diamond. You can swim on it, but you are boasting for doubling oil productions. And Nigeria is celebrating it. We're blind. If you know what we could have made from education, instead, our children are now going on, we call it education tourism. I've come with the figure how much we spend on it. Meaning, instead of making 200, because that's what we are supposed to make. We're supposed to make 200, minimum 300 trillion from education. Only within Africa alone. That's the amount of money we make. Instead, we are paying that amount to send children abroad. I just say China. You see the last signature Tinubu signed with with the Chinese president. I don't know what you were discussing with him, sir. You're doing reform? Are you insane? At the end of the day, the Chinese government only come in there to tell you one thing. How is people can come in and help you to construct, and they take your oil away. The oil money And because we're going into debt, we're going to keep owing the Chinese people. And that's why last time they seized one of our aircraft in, not be me talking, when I hear that, so they seized our aircraft for France. I don't understand the kind, and you're an accountant, sir. Baba, make I bring you. You there here. For your information, the person I'm talking about is President Ahmed Tinubu. Make I see him face. The man don't tire yourself too. It is smile. This one they sign paper, they sign not the sign money. I'm confused, the kind of government we have. If our government thinks at all, then we will not be where we are now. I've been around long enough to know that we could have been making trillions from sport. You see, now Nigeria went to play football. Will they celebrate football? As the bomb now, don't they celebrate football? As of today, we are even going back in our position in football. When I was growing up, we had the Bendel Insurance. We have the New Nigerian Bank in Bendel State then. ICC Shooting Star. There was this club in Lagos. We have the Enugu Rangers. The Kano Pillars. These were the names. I don't know whether you guys inherited these names. Because I remember naming my own club in my village, Almighty Strikers. They inherited the name from me. Till tomorrow, they still use the word Almighty Strikers. So maybe you guys have inherited it. But that was what we saw. It was not run by the states. It was run by parastatals, corporations. And I'm going to come to that. Tinubu, I know you're going to tell me, many of you are saying today that, it's not the business of the government to do certain things. I doubt, and I'm still confused, The argument has never sit well with me. One day, will it be so bad if Nigerian have airways? Nigerian Airways, was it bad? We had it before. Nigeria have Nigerian telecommunication. There's no landline in Nigeria anymore. You children, you've not seen what is called landline. In those days, we had Nitel. It was a corporation of the federal government of Nigeria. The Nigerian Electric Power Authority was a corporation of the Nigerian federal government. Again, I'm coming, my people. We have the National Shipping Line, which I've shared images with you on my shows, telling Nigerians that these are all possible. Let me see. I'm sure I'm still going to have some of those slides here. I don't want to go into agriculture now. Let's leave sport. How much we can make from sport. Let me see whether I can see some of the images of this one is only going to sign. And okay. You see this? This is Nigerian Airways. This was what we had. And now imagine if at the end of the year, Nigeria is able to declare some profit from Nigerian Airways. Today, Tinubu didn't say any good thing in it. It's not important. That's stupidity. All we want to do is oil. But would it be so bad if Nigeria come at the end of the year and we made so money from Nigerian Airways? Don't stop there. Don't wait. And this was, you see the River Niger? This was the Nigerian shipping line. Buhari, it no go better for you. This was where you started. Buhari started his life working with it. It was the first appointment Obasanjo gave to him to head the Nigerian shipping line. Do you know how much Nigeria was making from the shipping line? How much we're making from airline alone? How much we're making from Nitel? From NEPA? Do you want me to count them? Then NNPC was the chairman of it all. Now, all this money, all these corporations have been removed. There's no more cooperation. So the government only wait for oil. There's no money going to come from agriculture. No. We couldn't even produce enough food to eat. So government can make money. People can't even go to the farm. We don't want to talk about security. Today, we are rating Tinubu. Baba, come. There's nowhere to hide. This is a serious issue. Me and Tinubu will get wahala. And why many of you might want to praise? I know that's what you guys do best, and tomorrow you cry. I just want us to be sincere with the old man so that he can think and maybe revise his thoughts. What has Tinubu done well? Like I correctly show this beautiful figure. Nice. When you become president of Nigeria today, the only thing you do, you become president of petroleum. President of petroleum. Not president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, president of petroleum. That's what you guys become. You have a president of petroleum here in the name of Ahmed Tinubu. All you have seen here, with what you have seen here, if they tell you how much has Tinubu generated from tax, Nigeria is the only country that generates the least income from taxation. And I'm very sure it's the only few people that import things into the country. Not that the custom. That's why the custom are getting massively richer. If Nigeria will only get the money that comes into from import duties alone, we'll be doing well. That's why you see people in custom. You see them? Have you talked about custom at all? Have you talked about it? Do you know how much Nigerian government could generate in a year for using the Nigerian passport? How much we generate? Does the money even get to the federal government? Do you know how much this money would have been? So imagine a president that is making money from here, here. And when he sit down in the morning, he start asking questions. Sport. How much is football generating? Other sport. You know how many competitions we could be organizing? Forget about football now. How about tennis? How about race? We are good at racing. 100 meters. That's why we can't even do anything in the Olympics. And when you do that, corporation will put their money in there. They're looking for one thing. What are they looking for? Exposure. The government will be making money. How much is the government making? Tinubu government, how much have you made? The question I want to ask, why I'm saying all these questions, why I've been saying this is, Tinubu, say one thing to me. How much have you made? Other than oil that you have made for the country since you became president. Can you see we have a problem? If you ask Tinubu this question, if you ask anybody, anytime you ask them, anytime they talk, just ask one question. That the Chris said we should ask them. You get one song when this young woman sing, when I'm happy, well. That is if you understand that one. It's anybody when see Jesus make it thank him. So Jesus have done well. You understand? That's why I say, if you not see Tinubu, not gonna help me take Yoruba answer. Since he became president of Nigeria, how much has he generated for the country? We sick people. You see that? You see that in friend when he carry go put for FCT. That one, you know, say that construction. In fact, he carry all the construction bag I put for together. You know, I'm a little bit disappointed. The current minister of works, I used to know him to be somebody that has a little thing obsessed. I mean, the former governor of Ebonyi State. I saw him perform. In his time, he was thinking business. I saw the agri project. I didn't know all were politics. Because if you go to Ebonyi State now, I don't think there's any atom of anything Ebonyi is producing. But do you know what is so painful? I'm coming to the States now. Do you know what is so painful? That why the federal government is doing this? Do you know how much the state government can make? Now, let me bring Oborivori again. Because they will hate me tire now. I know most of you will hate me till I die, but do I really care? Do you know how much Oborivori will be making as the governor of Delta State? Like, if he had come to office this morning now, Oborivori will be asking, okay, what is happening with Delta Farm? Because maybe that's something the federal government cannot do better. That's why we have the states, Delta Farm, partnering with universities and local peoples and even local government to farm. Do you know how much food we will produce? My brother, do you know the market for African food? Just go around. The last time Ukraine and Russia went to war, there was no food. No food for us in Nigeria. Price of grain. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? Do you have a government? And you think that the Chris is going to wake up and I'm going to think of how to produce food for Nigeria? Keep clapping for the leaders. And this is now let's lift Tinubu. Tinubu, you fail. Tomorrow, when I rate you, I'll rate you because these are the part of your government. Because if you had influenced them a little bit, things would have been better. I'm going to say this message to people in Edo State. You guys are about to vote again. And I've been listening to this campaign in fact, anytime I listen, I get so angry, I just switch it off. Because the question I ask you to ask these people, you've not asked. What are you going to do if you become the governor of Edo State that will bring money other than the allocation that will come from the federal government? That is the key, really. Edo State is so rich. It's the former state, Bende State. In fact, the other side, in terms of agriculture, Edo is one of the best in agriculture. Do people see farm anymore? When I say farm, they think it's people that carry hoe and go and farm. Edo have the best soil. What are you looking for? Is it those days timber? When last did you plant timber in Edo State? All people just do is eat. And there's the governor, an investment governor, an investment banker, being the governor of Edo State for how many years? 8 years. Mona, help me ask her. What has he generated for Edo State in these 8 years? You know, in my state, we had a governor, Okowa. You guys were calling him roadmaster. The roadmaster made so much money for himself. To the extent he was almost becoming the vice president of Nigeria with our money. Not that he made one. You know what he did? His achievement, one of his achievements is he borrowed 16 billion naira to build a secretariat. I bet if you see Okowa, make una help me praise him. Make una help me thank him. Okowa will be in Okowa will be in Okowa will be. You know what I sing? That song we sing for Jesus. I sing it for Okowa. When I see Okowa, when I hear me praise her, Okowa, you've done well. For your years in office, Okowa, tell me how much what you did on grant today that is bringing 1 naira to Delta State. You not go better for now. I swear. Baba, I'm using this to rate you. You still have a chance. Tinubu, you have a chance. This message I'm giving to you, you can't pay for it. It's too expensive. Like I say, I come here and I say what I have to say. I don't care. I just go. At my age, I got nothing to prove. A young boy insulted me that I'm almost 60 years old. What is wrong with me? And I was laughing. Yes, it's true. I am 57 years old. I'm going to be 60 years old soon. Is this what I really decide to do? Sometimes I get discouraged. I say, I don't want to do this. But if I don't say this, who is really saying what? Who is giving my message? Everybody got his own. The kind of message I give is not in the book. They are nowhere. I am the one asking this question. And nobody can say, you can see it. I'm asking it, and in a very simple way. Tell me what Tinubu plan. You see, I'm going to go back to the Bible again. Yesterday, Tinubu will have this with me. Tinubu, I don't know what you have in the Quran because you claim to be a Muslim, but I don't think you're a true Muslim. But let's leave it. I'm not the one to judge you. But I'm going to say this. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 15, I love this word. There are different versions. You know, the King James Version and the Bible have different versions. It said, then the Lord God took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to do one thing, to cultivate it and keep it. So, Tinubu, does this make sense to you? Did God ask you to be president to only spend, to eat? If it's just to eat, where's the money going to come from? God particularly instructed us in Genesis 2. This is the beginning. Genesis 1, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. In 2, they're telling us how God instructed us to cultivate the land. I'm not using it. When you say cultivate, people think it's just to dig hole. No. UK has been cultivated. America has been cultivated. China has been cultivated. In fact, whether you like it or not, Russia is cultivated. Where are you? Now, you go to Dubai every day. The Dubai people use their money to cultivate their land. They use their oil money to cultivate the land. Now it's a tourist attraction. They know the oil money is not going to sustain them. So what they're doing a lot of things. They ask you to come and invest in Dubai. You know how many people have investment in Dubai today? They want to take your money. They have more oil than you, Tinubu. Are you people insane? That all you can boast of is how to spend 60 billion, how to generate 1.6 million barrel. Maybe that's what you can be proud of. And this is so many potential. This is money you're supposed to use. You see, when God put man on earth, he didn't leave him with nothing. Because if God just put you there and he didn't give you something to sow it, God must have given Adam and Eve, said, take the seed, go and plant it. Otherwise, where is the seed going to come from? So God gave Adam seed money. God has given us seed money. Our seed money is oil. But what did we do with it? We are busy today. From time immemorial till now, we are busy eating our seed money. You know why it's called seed money? If they give you corn or small yam, in those days, the part of yam when we cut it, when we plant at the head, now we plant. All the head of yam, when they reserve, maybe we plant so that we will get yam. Una don't eat all. Head of yam is not meant for consumption. It's meant to be sold so that it will bring out big yam. Then you eat and you sow it again. But what did we do with our oil money? With our seed money? We're eating it. We are carrying more women. We buying yachts. We buying cars. Look at them in the House of Assembly. Look at your senators. Look at your governors. Look at what they do with your seed money. And you are clapping for them. It's not God that will, in fact, a generation that is cursed. They don't see light. And nobody curse them, they curse themselves. God has never judged you. I want to ask you, what is your government doing with your seed money? Oil money is not enough. You know the truth. It's not. It's what all of you are eating. And that's what all of you are fighting for. The cry about the Nigerian state today, the money Yaya Bello stole is seed money. Yam, where they're supposed to plant, Yaya Bello eat all of them. Tomorrow there will be no yam. Tinubu is eating all the yam. Tomorrow our children will not have yam. This is dangerous. If we don't plant the little seed money that is left, we're going to be wiped out of the earth. Hunger will wipe us out of the face of this earth. I don't understand this at all. That's why, and I want you to understand that this is what God said. It's not me. God in his wisdom gave us seed money. Seed to plant. The seed is oil. Look at the way people are spending oil money as if people have won lottery. How much is oil money? A population of 300 million. How much are you going to make from oil that's going to be enough? But do you know that if we had taken this oil money and every state is now planting, now because God has done well. Every day, everybody want more states, and I say to do what? Some people say we should go back to the former region, to the former one. I say, okay, to do what? Or we should create more states, to do what? We have 37 as it is. That could have been, you can have used, like a man with 37 children, that you can now use to create, to cultivate lands. Tinubu, what are you doing with them? In your book here now, Tinubu, not be me talk am. You never said anything. Maybe you do it. Maybe you explain it to Nigerians tomorrow. Tell them to correct this there. Because if this is all you could be proud of, because I'm sure it's your monumental achievement. These guys, they did well. They love you. They reminded us that the minimum wage was 30,000. It's not 7,000. That we were producing only 900,000. Now we're producing 1.6 million. Should be celebrating, right? No, the 6 more. We get problem. I don't want to be angry today. Today, as we're rating President Tinubu, it's up to us. It's up to you and I to decide. What are the critics saying? Like I said, I would have stopped. I have other things to do. I still take it upon of duty to come here and share this message with you. There will be no prosperity because it doesn't fall. It's not sickness. It's not going to happen if we don't plant our seed money. You see, like yesterday, I gave you the instance that they compare the kingdom of heaven to a king who gave his servants equal amount. God has given Africa something. He gave Europe something. Gave Asia something. Gave America their own. Everybody have their own. Go and plant it. When God came back now, Baba the verse for us. He asked Europe, what have you done? God go look down. He go look what the Europeans don't do from the sky. My guy, if they come down from Heathrow Airport, you go know what the Europeans have done with the sky. If they come down from Frankfurt Airport, you go thank Europeans for what? God is happy with them. Because the thing he has given to them, they planted it. And the evidence is seen. Now go to America. Whoa! In fact, America you can't compare. They are number one in the world. Do you know what China has done of recent? And you know, God will look at China now. If you see one of the bridge, Chinese I don't think there's that bridge anywhere in the world. Even Chinese is now taking everything from America. I was looking at iPhone. I look at the back, made in China. Where is Africa? When I know verse from you. God is angry with Africa. Because what the Bible said, what he gave to Africa, he didn't even give it to them. He gave you more. Maybe because you are weak. God gave you more. All the mineral deposits on earth, they are in Africa. But go to Africa today. If they come down from the plane, you go to town. Oh! Why? The action of people like Tinubu. The action of governor like Sheriff. Action of governor like Obaseki. Like that, my former governor, Kowa, when one become president. What are we doing to ourselves? You can keep shouting at me, you can keep hating me, but I'm not your problem. Even God is not angry with us. Whether you believe or not, God is angry. There's no way. God has asked us to cultivate the land. You see what he did? He instructed us. So you say, oh, God did not say so, but it's in the beginning. That's why God created us in the first place. God did not need to, you think, wait, do you know the kind of place God created? He said in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. What were on it? Everything were empty. He managed to view some garden of Eden. That was a small place. And he created man. And he put man in the garden. And he said, it's your turn to go and continue from where I stopped. My question is, what has Africa done? You can't blame Asia. Have you been to China? Have you seen what Europe have done? Have you seen what America have done? You can't even go to the Asia. Yeah, come on, where are we? Where are we? In the scheme of things. They cost us? No. God the best for us. And why is God angry? Is what the Christ is telling you. Is the activities of our governor. President Tinubu has come to office since he got to office, he has only been squandering the little yam we're supposed to plant. That is the only way I can describe it. The little oil money where we need to sow with a squanderer. You know what God will do? He will say, take the one that is from there, give it to them. That's why that time, no vessel. The one when Africa forget, they don't take and they don't give it to you. Nobody me curse you. We disobey God. And you don't know how to, obedience to God. Sometimes God does not want you to say, I obey you. No. The things you do are the obedience of God. When you want to obey God, then you will take on his commandment. This one, you will cultivate the land. That was his first commandment. This is the commandment of God. It is not the commandment of Moses. Even that 10 commandments of Moses doesn't matter. It was Moses that went to God and said, Mary, can let me bring my daughter back. It was Moses that went to God and said, what are the commandments? Then God said, take the commandment. If not, it was not God's wish to give us commandment. It was not his plan. He didn't want to instruct us what to do. The only commandment I heard from God was Genesis 2. Go and read it there a little bit more. But it's the most important one. It's what God asks us to do. Whether we sleep with ourselves, that will not be seen. God created us, when could they do the thing? All this one, I go to church today and a fornication I be sin against God. Now that one, no. The greatest sin against God is when you eat the food you're supposed to sow. In Jesus' name. Very welcome.
Thank you, sir.
They don't marry you, go come back. And I don't get problem.
The answer is very bad. I don't know, the router is not working at all. So just showing me red since. Thank God it came back, sir.
All right, you're welcome back. So, Mary, I was just taking a look at because as you know, let me call the reasonable. Suppose they are for the ask you question, but they since. So I say, make I just rate Tinubu myself and rate our governor. No, Barry, but the dangerous thing is in Genesis 2, and I know if we're here, that's what I wanted you to do for me, was to tell us what that Genesis 2, verse 15. That's, you see, people don't, when they read this Bible, I don't know who teach them. Maybe that's why I want to have my own church, which is different. Because when you read the Bible is the book of God. I agree. Because the inspiration is sometimes you come and you say it from your mouth, you think you're the one talking, God is using you. It's either God use you or the devil use you to do things. You understand? So that's how you do. So you be careful what you do. And when you say certain things, those written are from God. Because in the second, how can the beginning they tell us say God created heaven and earth? The second portion of the Bible is what God tells us to do and not to do. He only said, do not eat from this fruit. No disobedience. But you must do this. It was an instruction of God that we should cultivate our land. Genesis 2, verse 15. But what did we rate your president for today, Mary? President has come to office all these years now. The only thing they have said is this is what he has done. Oil production. You don't know whether they produce the oil. The Tinubu is not concerned how they produce oil. That is not his business.
The one that is even paying me the most. How can they say then minimum wage 30,000, right? And now minimum wage 70,000. The question is, that time and now, is it the same?
No.
The level at which things are sold, right? Transportation and everything, is it the same? Even house rent is not even the same. So they should understand that we are no longer in that time. Things are quite different from that time, right? So if you want to rate him, I feel like they can actually bring in something else and not minimum wage, because even the new minimum wage is a problem. It's a waste because it has nothing to do to change any problem in the country, right? That is not an achievement. It is not and will never be an achievement.
Mary, you know what is so painful? Mary, when you're growing up, your parents will understand, because all of us, when we're growing up, everybody in Africa used to go to farm. In my time, there's a child that's only born in my time that did not witness farming. You understand? Either your parents or you follow them one day to the farm. I was born in 1967. So there was, if you grow up in the village, there must be element of farm. And if you go see where they call yam Mary, we know they eat yam, eat the head. We eat the yam, we'll cut the head, we'll keep the head. The head is what we're going to plant again. Do you understand? In Africa, nobody eats yam and the head. Because
even till now.
The head is what you plant again. Do you understand? Now, we they eat the yam, eat the whole head. We know they plant the yam again. You see, what kind of people are we? There's a problem. Because if we don't eat the whole yam, eat the head finish, then what we're going to have? We will have no food left. And sometimes when we talk like this, you think it's a joke. The question is, what will the children have to say about us? What kind of parents are we? My father was so sick, he wanted to die. He refused to sell his property. He said, "Nah, his children own." I said, "This man, sell your things, it's your own." He said, "No, what do you leave for your children? What do you want to leave for your children?" Today, we able to eat the Now, I won't go on a quick break, man. I'm sick. Tinubu cannot think of one thing he has done that is bringing money. I was going to praise him. I was going to thank him so much. Like I was singing. I'm going to sing one song with Mary when Mary come back.
Okay,
there's a song.
I don't know. Is there a noise disturbing you from here? Because I don't know. Some people are fighting outside.
They are fighting?
Yeah, I don't know. But since it's not coming in, no problem.
No, it's not too much. If
they fight, police is already out, so maybe they will help calm the situation.
No one made a concept. Police don't come.
Yes, they are there now.
A serious matter for inside my premises.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I can't wait to follow that developing news. If I go film them for us now, we want them to see them. They say that the world want to see them.
There's nothing police say by camera. If you don't see you with anywhere camera, they'll come back for you. They hate that.
I know. And they are so scared of camera. You know, there are two weapons in the world. I was describing it. I said I'm a filmmaker, and there are two weapons in the world. The gun and the camera. And they use the word maybe. They use the word shoot. When we go shoot film, people don't understand. Say when they go shoot film, is that the word you use? There are only two things you can use to shoot. You can shoot with the gun and you can shoot somebody with the film, with the camera. The one you can kill faster with the camera than with the gun. That's why they're scared of you. You don't understand it. You
understand? And bad governance. The reason they were shooting is not because people were protesting. The reason they were shooting was because people were filming them.
That's it.
So they were just shooting because they didn't want anybody to put any camera on their face or phone.
Mary, if president come to your interview, and this is what you taught when you go to film school. If president come to your interview, if you put camera there, now what you tell him make you do, now go do.
That's true.
He's under you. You have the authority. He's under the control of your camera. The way you tell somebody, open the leg with the gun, tell somebody to do this, he will. You see, that's it. You can control. You have power. You understand? There's a psychology of the camera. That's what my dissertation was on the psychology of camera.
The comment they made that which thing is that thing that controls women more than even a man? And I say camera because picture. I say stay like this. So, camera.
That's the only time you can tell them and they listen. And if police they misbehave, if you see you with camera, it will take time. You know, I don't want to give you that trick. Anyway, Mary again, Mary they take them away, because of what they do. Well, today I am still talking about the economy of the Nigerian state, how Tinubu has managed it well, and we are rating him. As we rate Tinubu, I want the rest of the government to take note that it is God's wish. In fact, it's not a wish. It was his commandment that where he has stopped, we should make the world better. From there. And if you are a person that just eats and eats and eats and eats, you are disobeying God. You eat and you give back. That's why we don't eat yam. We don't eat everything. You eat yam, you go cut the head, you keep am, because you go plant the head again. Nigeria, in fact, if for something na only head we dey eat remain now for good. The truth is, people like Kokowa, people like the Mobaseki, they didn't even understand this. Buhari didn't understand this at all. They thought they won lottery. And I ask people, why is manna not keep falling from heaven? Because God has done his own part. We cannot create manna here on earth. And how do we do it? By obeying the commandment of God. Cultivate and keep the land. Europe have done well. God must be smiling on them. The reason I know is when I'm coming down, I say it. If you're coming down of Canada or America, you will say it. If you're coming down of China, those people go to Japan, all this one, you will say it. When you come down in Africa, it's like you are entering a ghost land. And it is question you should be asking yourself is why. Now, if President of China sit down with Tinubu and what they discuss, this is the outcome. The outcome now is, I'm not with me talking. We had the FCT man signing contract to bring what? He said he's bringing water. See what they go sign contract for? To bring water to the land. Water. Water when God give us. Water when they keep people for Bonu today. We not see water drink. Now Chinese people not going to give us water. Now wait till your government they think of to give us water. So the Nigerian university cannot prepare water for us to drink. The water when my papa drink self now hand they take one, they not die. So our act of working today is to get Chinese to come and give us water. Water me Tinubu will be here. No, not Tinubu. I bet wait behind it. Ohuola mi wike will be here. Water me wike will be here. Wike ko below. You know what? I said if they see you, may they greet you, so you done well. You done very well. You are a hero. Now robot song I sing, so if I never hear them before, I'm gonna hear them before. We they sing them for church. Ohuola mi Jesu will be here. That's how we used to say, if you see Jesus, thank him. Jesus has done well. I'm saying, extending this to Wike for signing, you saw the latest meeting between Tinubu and the president of China. It was a very beautiful thing. They showed us how they told them shake hands. And at the end of the day, we saw Wike signing contracts with Chinese government to give us water. Why China is thinking of how to take? Because that cost when they cost us. Say whatever that is not, because this is what happened. If God gives you something and you don't use it, it will be taken from you and given to those who can. So now, in the meeting, Chinese are, because they cost us, Chinese is now taking what God gave to us. Oh yeah, they take them. Because we fail to cultivate the land. Is it not madness for a government in recent time to be signing paper how to get water? We're signing contract. You see, the last one, my governor, the first day he came to office like Tinubu, he said, may they construct one bridge for Wari. Not be fault, I don't blame her. But I don't blame Borigori, not be fault at all. Borigori, I don't beg you, my brother. Make I keep quiet. But is it not madness? That the first thing you think of doing is that, okay, now I'm going to bring money. Now, sometimes you don't understand what I talk. It's okay to eat. So somebody that just eats is doing the will of God. That's not what the Bible says here. The Bible said, God said you should go and cultivate the land, not to just eat. The money when nobody want to take, sign the contract. Where the money come from? Did he work for it? Has he thought of making money in Delta State? How much has Obodibori made since he became governor of Delta State? The answer is nothing. If they even owe. Oh, he inherited bad. I remember I go on a break, quick break. When I come back, those of them when they get here, go here. Those who are not here, they not go here. So you don't get what I want to do for you. If you don't want here, you don't go here before. I cannot help you. And they listen to this guy. I want to interview him very soon. Damina say he don't want the kind of person like people like you. You don't need that kind of audience. Don't be that kind of one they look for. He only tell you, say, it is not. Whether Damina said things one I like, no one here. It is a crime. The only time Jesus was angry in the Bible, the only God, Jesus is God. He was only angry when he saw the way they were doing, when they see the use of money in this house of God. He physically assaulted them. Throw the things out. You can't trade in my father's house. When you now tell people that you not go to heaven, even you, the Baba of all, the redeemed, tell people you go and tell your people. Say, they tell pastors, so go and tell their people, say you will not go to heaven if you don't pay your tithe. Now the man talk and I say make it die. Let's go. I'll come back after a quick break. I know say you the verse. Now you know, no consign me. I'll be right back. I'll go see the here tomorrow. Whether you talk, you not talk. Whether you like or you not like. After you hear this, we all will die. If you like, you hang. If you not like, you hang. If you die, you go hang. You will die for nothing. You know, it not be me talking. Now this short man, this former, this night talker say, if you refuse to die for something, you will die for nothing. I don't like that word. If you refuse to live for something, you will live for nothing. That's the right word to use because I don't like the word die. Today I say I don't do anything negative. But let's go on a quick break. When I come back, we're going to take a look at Tinubu administration and take a look at some of the Nigerian dailies today. Don't go away. Stay with me.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than Srtv Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. Srtv goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your Srtv Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070-6237-9915 or 080-7082-7331.
All right, welcome back. This is Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Daddy Chris, broadcasting from SRTV studio here in London. Well, as you know, SRTV is born. We've gone bigger. We have SRTV in Edo State. We're just having a little bit issue of that now. We have in Asaba coming up very soon. We're launching Asaba. Asaba is Muslim and Lagos is also massive. Yes, that's what we do. We are marching on. And I say to people, how do you rate success? That's why I want to end the show. What is success for you? Perhaps this is the most important thing that we need to be talking about. What is success? And I find it difficult to, I think success may be relative. What this man sees as success may not be successful, this other person, but it's a universal success to God. And that's the only way I come from. Because I come here to preach this church of service. Church of service. And when you understand, the church of service is about service to humanity. The Bible talks about service to humanity. The Quran teaches you service to humanity. The African traditional religion teaches you service to humanity. God instructs us to serve humanity. What is success for you? As you rate Tinubu, a lousy spender, is a successful person or is a good leader? How do you rate your good leadership? Lousy spending, just spending, eating. Is that what makes somebody a leader? If not, if you see Tinubu, let me ask him, since you became president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, how much have you made for us? And how much have you spent? By the time you spend what you are not earning, you're a thief. You're going to be a debtor. And that's why we are growing in debt. It's fact. Tinubu is not making money. The only money that we can talk of is coming from oil, which we are not in control. That's why Tom Polo gets 4 billion every month for securing some stupid places which he cannot secure in the first place. He can't even secure his ass. Tinubu is very excited with that. The oil goes out, the money goes to them, they share among themselves, and they are what is even paying me most? I don't even care, all these little things. I wish this money now that comes back, we now cultivate it so that we have other income. Like we have an airline, we have this, we have that. I've practicalized it. With parents have done it. It's not as if it's something new. Will it be so bad if Nigerian farm, if there's something called Nigerian farm, cancel Ministry of Agriculture? If Nigerian Ministry of Agriculture cannot translate to Nigerian farm, it will be wiped out from the Nigerian government. You waste. Ministry of Agriculture, you're a complete waste. Agricultural ministry must be monetized. That's all I'm saying. That you must monetize every sector of the Nigerian state and parastatals ministries. Now, this is how it works for me. If the Ministry of Sports is not monetized, and you monetize it, now I'm buying into the argument that private people cannot do business, that government cannot do business. Private people cannot do it. Somebody got to initiate it. And if the government now say, okay, I'm going to work with you, we have institutions that are depending on the federal government. We're not going to give them money. We're going to give you the power now to make money in partnership with the federal government by incubating it. All the stadiums will now be part of my business. Well managed, because stadium must be making money. That's the only way it can be maintained. Have you been to Abuja Stadium? The National Stadium, Moshood Abiola Stadium. Have you been there? I was there last time. Rain. I entered the office of the manager. He was sitting down here, and there was a heavy drum in front of him. And I said, sir, what is that? It was something, the rain was falling. And when the rain is falling, the water will drop and drip into that place. Water will fall from that beautiful monument, the National Stadium, into the office of the manager. Not even any other office, the manager's office. And I was looking at him. That thing will not cost him 100,000 naira to fix. Do you know how much the Nigerian spending there? It's not maintained. Of course, it's not going to be maintained. Who's going to maintain it? With which money? By the time that manager knows that all this money is coming from Tinubu, does he have any reason to sit up? Can that stadium make money? If you own that facility as a private person, you know how much you'll be making? The stadium, wait. Nigerian government have that stadium. We're not making money. Not a penny. Imagine if you own that stadium. How much are you not made? You can imagine the kind of event that will take place there. The kind of activities you will make will happen. Because we're waiting for the federal government to bring the money, because that's what Tinubu knows now, is to share. To squander this more oil money, which is not even enough. We're gonna need you, bro. And this is beyond me and you. We're gonna solve it today. And that's why I'm saying that if we monetize the Ministry of Sports, getting the stadium to make their own money, the government, Tinubu, will work with you, stadium, to make money, and the private people to begin to do their thing in the stadium, and everybody is happy. And the stadium is effective. I don't need to spend oil money on the stadium. The stadium will be paying me for my investment. And then that's when you're going to see this football. Like I was accusing the Nigerian footballers the other day that all the things they steal in Europe, they didn't take it home. And I talk about the ministry of where I come from now. The movie industry, you know how much Nigerian movies we're making? If Nigerians can think. And I said to them, I accused them the other day, you people make your own movie and you give it to Netflix. Netflix not sell it to you. You see what the Bible costs us? Wait, no verse. Only you make movie. You can't give the movie to Netflix. And Netflix in turn now sell it to you. When I asked Nollywood boy, he said the kind of money Netflix is putting into the industry that it's impossible for the poor people, the Nollywood practitioner to have it. The question that struck me so hard, I asked myself, where is the government of Nigeria? That Netflix is the one that can put money in and make the money back, because Netflix put the money in. Now for fun, Amazon put money in. Now for fun, they making money. So the federal government cannot make money there. It's busy seeking oil money. You hear my pain? Now listen to me. Because that's what they said to me. Now Netflix is actually pumping money, which I agree. So if Netflix put in that money, do they make money? So where is the government of Nigeria? With the oil money we're having, what is it being done? Sheriff, they construct road. I know. Federal government, they construct Calabar. Wait, how much is Netflix putting in that Nigerian government cannot raise? Or even that, no. So is it a crime if the money Netflix is making, the federal government of Nigeria makes it and use it to solve our problem? It's a question for another day. Mokuna the verse for that decrease. But until we monetize all these things, we have no tomorrow. And our children, they go hate us. Time never reach you. You see, they are coming on the street now to protest. They go hate us. They will stone us. In fact, for our grave, you never see now. See what they have from a degree. I'm not saying a cause. Now, so water go enter the town, carry us from grave. We now not get place to rest. That is the meaning. There will be no place to rest. You know, if what I'm saying now doesn't make sense, let's talk of Agric. Can the Ministry of Agric be monetized? Nigerian farm. Do that business with 37 states. No, I don't talk of that one before. Maybe we even talk about small housing, make our city look nice. How can we be looking for a place to stay? When the easiest business to do right now, actually to bring people, your children, the ones you sold out home, is through housing. If you want to get us in the diaspora, home, even those you sold, your papa sold, they are in America, in all around the world today, they were the result of our people that were sold. The only thing you can do is beautiful housing. You can use that to bring them, say, come home, son. I will build this house and I will let you, instead of buying mortgage in London, come and buy mortgage at home. This house will be your own. You pay small. Does the federal government of Nigeria can invest in that and begin to sell the houses to us here? And the part of the money we are doing will be going there. And then when we have that house there, the man's heart is where his money is. He will go there holiday. I'll come and I'll put money, I'll spend my holiday in Nigeria, I'll spend money there. And maybe as I'm there, I will see one small thing, I'll put one small business down. Is the country not growing? But what can you do? Why is it so hard to build the house? What is it? That the whole university are lying down doing nothing. The construction industry is dead. Who's going to wake it up? Is it that decrease? What is Tinubu doing? He's busy masturbating. I won't close this show now because I don't time. Is there anything? How can I be talking with happiness if I have all this slapping me in my face? You guys are keep slapping me in my face. There is no sector of the Nigerian state that cannot be monetized. Name it, and I will tell you. If today India is generating so much from medicine, now them, now they go treat on themselves now they sick. If now not come England, I will go India. Have you looked at that? Look at the general hospital our parents managed to build. Go and look at them. Instead of, in fact, if we had the best health sector, everybody in Africa will be coming there for treatment. They cost Africa. And the cost on us is because we refuse to obey the commandment of God. There's no other way. And if you take this portion of the Bible and you read the version of Luke, which I gave to you guys, you'll see that if you don't cultivate your land, you are equal to somebody God gave a law to that couldn't use it. You kept it. Say, God, now you know God no work. What do you not work for God? Now you they ask for. Take now as God give Africa to you, now so they give them back to God. I God no go verse. And you know the implication. God will now make you a slave. Because he will take everything from you and give it to the one that have already. And then you go and work for that person. Today we are coming to Europe. Not be they come carry us again. Oh. Now we they beg them, may they take us as slaves. No, hear me well. We are the one begging to be slaves. In this dispensation, they don't come carry us again. We are begging to be slaves. I mean, yes, somebody will come here. Now, you never see, I told you that I'm going to make a movie called Japan now. Do you know that if somebody is doing well in Nigeria, so we sell everything they have, every little thing they have, and they say, I want to relocate to Europe. And they will really relocate. A man went the banker before, big man, with a wash plate. They work for hospital as a cleaner. If they dance, he go take photo, send her to now. He's living in denial. But that na the cost when they cost him. Not be person cost him. Now the cost when they cost him be that. A person, the quality of life is what you do in the morning. By the time you reduce yourself from being a banker into a cleaner, you are a cost man. Not verse, bros. Not be you cost him. Ask your president. Or ask God. Now we now choose to be slaves. Nobody calls us as slaves. All these things I say, my brother will say, Fiku Kure. You know what it be? Those of that well don't know. We get ancestors. You know? When person die those days for my place, if you die now, anybody will die. If they don't do the second burial, they'll come carry one stick. They don't do the second burial, the person don't join the ancestors. That's it. Spirit don't they rest, don't they walk, don't they see. When you pray to them, it will help you. So if those days, if you thief, that will catch you. That's our culture. You know they keep person when they do good. When you do bad, they will catch you, go talk to. If you sleep with another man, if fact any woman go outside, go sleep, in fact the husband and the only children will die. Until he confess. Not be new, not the ancestor. So when we the two, any woman is I because of Okure, don't go kill me. So I'm saying my own because of Okure. It's left for you what you have to do. Everybody have his own calling. I'm doing mine. And it's a blessing. It's a privilege to be here and share some of these things with you. And as I try to read Tinubu, it won't make sense if I just count things he does like you. I'm not like that. So I've decided to let you use the Bible, compare, because what I'm saying now is a natural thing that God can see, that God is angry. And I use my own experience. I don't need to tell you how China looks like, how London look like, how, in fact, the whole of this part of the world look like, how America look like. Do you know how Africa look like? Do you know how you look like? And now, if in my time, the Chinese government president just signed went to have a big meeting with our president. Have you seen what Japan does? Japan will invite all the African leaders every year. Go host them, give them better food, can't give them small money. What they are telling you is keep buying our cars. That's why they don't go come back and say, we're not going to buy Japanese car again. No, they go buy Japanese car. Do you know how much that makes for Japan? It doesn't give them the car you buy alone, meaning you go buy their parts. What do you get to say to Japan? Tinubu, What do you have to say to Japan? That meeting when African leaders go, when they come back, have you seen them come back from Japan? Oh, I'm gonna move my broadcast from Nigeria to Africa. Though that's where I'm going. I'm a black man. I'm not a Nigerian. So that's my level of broadcast. That's my level of exposure. So this time Nigerians you have with me, use it. Because I won't have the time to do this. I'll be talking about the black race, where we are in the world and why we are there. And I realize that I will not be able to meaningfully talk about it without touching on this basis. So Tinubu, by the time I begin to bring my broadcast into the black world, you will be the one of those I'll be dragging to the rest of the world. So the rest of the black people will know that you are the cause of their problem. The problem is always from the root. Abba Tinubu knows that. I cannot do this better than you, President Tinubu. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, President Tinubu. I can't do it better than you. But is this the way to go? Let those who have ears, let them learn. Africa, we are not productive. God has given us everything we need to produce. And if you doubt what I said, that little portion of the Bible in you, go and read it. It was compared to the kingdom of heaven. What does it mean for you? And if you have a governor who comes and just say, let's construct road. Have you seen Oboriwori? Have you seen Oboriwori do anything other than where they construct road and where to spend money? Today he's at the Ministry of Sport to celebrate. It's not there to make money for Delta State. It's not how Delta State going to monetize sport. With all the young people, that's why I'm going to end my show. With all the young people God gave to us, which is the greatest asset, they become a curse. Because your president refused to sow our seed money. That's why young people are not productive. If president is clever, he would have sold that seed money and get the young people to work. And the young people become productive and the country will just blossom. Now these same young people are now coming to Europe to help to them grow their economy. Those when no get, they go take them from them. Add them to those when they get. Now so Bible talk am. That's the judgment of God. It's not that decrease. Make a quiet because this is not they get too hot for this studio. It's left for you, President Tinubu, to ask yourself if you have done well as a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Well, I won't be doing anything good. Like I said, I support NELFund. I support the funding to institution. But the question is, President Tinubu, it's not charity. Now, when I say it's not charity, students, don't get it wrong. You don't need it as charity because it will not be there tomorrow. The way it is practiced in the UK, you get this money when you start working and earning a particular amount of threshold money, you start to pay back. And you pay back small till you finish. It's not going to affect you. So if you were going to earn 20,000 and you're taking only 300 from your money, it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect your living at all. Imagine where you will be without the education. So education lifts you up, you give a little back to the state. It's like paying tithe to God. Paying your tithe to the state. I have said that show before. The difference between tithe and taxes, they are the same. If you cannot respect God, a government, you cannot respect God. If you cannot pay tithe to government, you cannot pay tithe to God. It will not be acceptable by God. Because God is no more on earth. You see what I've said to you today? People don't get this. Last time I talked about tithe and taxes, I said that you pay tithe to God and you pay tithe to government. The one of government is called tax. Now, God, in this portion of the Bible, God has removed his hand from earth. He finished his work and he said man should continue. So that tithe you are paying to God, I don't know who you are paying it to. The true tithe now is the tithe you pay to the state. Now the pastors are claiming it. They go prison. Many of them. All these titans, them, they go prison. The true tithe is the one you know, because God is no more partaking in the activities of this world. He has instructed man to continue. That is why when you come to UK, it is the activities of man that brings me light into the studio. That's why me and you can talk today. It's not God. God has finished the job and he has given us, man, the authority to do the rest. So if I'm going to pay tithe, not to God, pay to him, pay to the God, the people God has instructed, the government, to continue. But of course, Tinubu government only don't understand that. If they ever give her the tithe, he go take her marry new wife. You know why I say when I say to go marry new wives, people don't understand. Meaning you're going to eat it. You'll spend it like somebody that won lottery. When you get that money, you sow it and it will grow. You continue to sow because it is in God's word that the word must continue to expand. Every generation will add to its own and live. The next generation will add to it so that the world will be different. By the time God will come, by the year 4000, the world would have been so developed. Imagine the year 4000, where the world will be. It would have been so developed that God will say, yes, this is the word. This is the word. This is what I asked men to do. Will Africa be part of it? If we wake up now, we will. God is coming in the year 4000. Did I just say that? Yeah, I said it too. Now we're in 2024. That is 2024. By the year 4000, God will come. Kai, they don't say that man they blaspheme now. Now waiting God to make a talk, now talk. So by the time God come in the year 4000, where will you be? Not you. Because most of them don't go come from there. God don't go wake so many people from dead. Some go rotting for there. Those who did not contribute to the development of, do not obey the instruction of God by cultivating the land in his time, has not done his own job. He will remain there. Then those that did will be woken up and will come wake up to come and inherit the earth. Me, I no fear talking. My name is Daddy Chris. If you like, carry me go anywhere. Now wait till God to make a talk. I end the show here now because with I talk last, it's too big. I know if you prove hard when God tell me. I know if he tell you. So not ask me how God tell me. But now God make I tell you, say, if he come by the year 4000, now only those, when he do what he say make it do, when they here, now those one go wake up. The one when not do and they go die for there. In Jesus' name. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.